This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel Strat-O-Matic Baseball XL Game of the Week.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the Game of the Week in the 1980-83 Fall League. We got something special for you tonight, folks. Don't normally have a interstitial with present life and so forth, but we got a series tonight between the Texas Rangers and the Oakland A's. And what I want to show you on the interweb here. This happened yesterday. Of course, you're watching this after I played this a while ago. But anyway, here's a box score from September 26, 2024. It's the Texas Rangers playing the Oakland Athletics in the Oakland Coliseum, and this would be the final time a professional sports team plays a game in Oakland. Golden State Warriors moved, Oakland Raiders moved, and the Oakland A's, this is their final game. It was a day game at the Coliseum, and good for those fans that 46,889 showed up. 3-2 final. A game, Oakland had the 2-0, 3-0 lead. Rangers cut it to 3-2 in the sixth. Their brilliant young closer, Mason Miller, got his 28th save. Probably the best player on Oakland's team, maybe. So that's one of the box scores. The other box score I want to show you is a game between the Dodgers and the Oakland A's. October 17th, 1974, almost 40 years earlier. This is the final clinching game of the third World Championship for the Oakland A's in the dynasty. It is also a 3-2 final. The A's, against this Dodger team that was 12 games better, beat them 4-1. And in this game, Oakland had a 2-0 lead. Dodgers tied it at 2, but in the bottom of the seventh, Joe Rudy hits a homer off of Mike Marshall, and that's your World Series right there, folks. And the attendance in that game at the Coliseum, well, you know, it's the heyday. This is the Oakland heyday. 49,347. Night game. 2 hours and 23 minutes. 2 hours and 29 minutes. 40 years later. So I guess the pitch clock is working to all you purists out there. Thought I'd bring this to you. A couple, sentimental day here. Remembering the Oakland A's, Oakland Raiders. I've been to the Coliseum about 5 times for football. Haven't seen an A's game, but I've seen the Raiders about 5 times there. And it's kind of sad that the Coliseum is no longer playing sports. But we are, folks. We got a game between the Rangers and the A's at the Oakland Coliseum in the 80-83 Fall League. We're just going to get you to game one. Before we get you to game one, let's go look at the standings. And here we go, folks. Oaktown A's in the Fall League. They're 9-4, playing .692 baseball. Highest winning percentage in the American League. They've only lost 4 times, 9-4. Angels are a half game ahead, but A's at percentage points. Rangers are 4-11. So we have game one of a best-of-5 series. We'll play this game one, and then we'll give you the results of how the series plays out after that. So for the Texas Rangers, the pitcher is Ferguson Jenkins. Fergie. 1982, 14-15 with a 3.15 ERA and 217 innings as a member of the Cubs. What's really interesting is that the Cubs ran over with the Texas Ranger performance in the early 70s, and the Texas Rangers have run over with a Chicago Cub performance in the early 80s. So each team is overstaying their... He's extending his stays with both clubs. We'll get him back to the Cubs soon to wrap up his career. The Oakland A's will send Steve McCatty, 1981, 14-7, led the league in ERA with 232, 186 innings. Fergie Jenkins, Steve McCatty from the Oakland Coliseum. Not quite the heyday, right in the middle though, right? We, of course, in our summer league, we're right smack dab in the Oakland dynasty. Fall league, we're 8 years into the future. Billy Martin's the manager now. And let's get started from Oakland. Leading off for the Rangers is Wally Backman. 47, single 1-6, lines out. Mickey Rivers, 110, base hit center field. B. Steeler. Gene Tennis, zero-arm catcher. Larry Bittner, 1-7, double 1-5, base hit. We got runners on the corners for Buddy Bell. I got to bring it up, A. Bunner. 56, a sac fly to left field. 1-zip. And Pat Putnam, 310, center. Well, the A's are going to have to play from behind today in the third installment of the Oakland Tribute game box score thing. Whatever I did. Ricky Henderson leads off. 1-6, let's take a look at Ricky Henderson. My goodness. 1980, 117 walks. I don't know how many stolen bases. He's a AAA. 103, something like that. 100 and a lot. Only his second year in the league, and he's already dominating. Actually, he was a rookie in 79 and was pretty darn good. But, yeah. 1-6, triple 1-3, and he leads off the game with a base hit. AAA Steeler. And Terry Bulling is the catcher for the Rangers, and he steals second base. Dwayne Murphy. 59, second C. Henderson's at third for Tony Armas. 33, grounds to third. The runner has to hold. And with 2 outs, Cliff Johnson. 66, double 1-9 off of Fergie Jenkins. It's a double. That scores Henderson. We're tied at 1 apiece. Wayne Gross, 2-6. Base hit to right field. Cliff Johnson. Oh, no, he's not going to run. 8, 9, 10. Rusty Staub's got a good arm. Rusty Staub in the Coliseum outfield there. Runners in the corners. With 2 outs, it's Gene Tennis. Back in Oakland, by the way. He left for the Padres, and then they brought it back to Oakland. Little, 5-11. Off of Fergie, second X. I should get all the A's back together. Campaneris is out there somewhere. Yeah. Kiko Garcia is a 2E29, and he makes the play. 1-1 in the second. It'll be Richie Zisk. 47, single 1-5, lines out. Rusty Staub, 66, pops to short. And Kiko Garcia Lorca, 48's a walk. Terry Bulling, 48, same thing. Back up top to Wally Backman Turner overdrive, 512 right X. You got Tony Armas. You got all ones in the outfield. That's pretty special, and he makes the catch. All right, bottom of 2. It's Tony Phillips, 311. Is a fly ball to right. Phil Garner, 44. Center X, out in center field. You have Mickey Rivers, a 2E10. Makes the catch. And second baseman Keith Drumright, 2-5, rolls to first. Top of third, it's Mickey Rivers, 1-5 for Mickey. Let's take a look at Mickey Rivers' car. This guy hit everywhere he stopped. The Angels, the Yankees, the Rangers. Had, a 326, 318 year with the Yankees during the World Series runs. 333 here in 1980. My goodness. If only he could draw walks. 630 at-bats, 20 walks. He's hitting 333, but he probably doesn't even have a 360 on base. Probably hit like a 350 on base. 1-5, homer, 1-11, double the rest, and it is gone. It's one of those Mickey yanking one down the lines, hitting the fair pole, foul pole, the pole. Larry Bittner, 2-8, grounds to short. Buddy Bell, 38, single. Pat Putnam, 57, Ks, and with 2 outs, it's Zisk, 410, third X. This is Garner. Third base, what is Phil? He plays second and third. Oh, not very good at third, though. Better at second. Ooh, it's going to be an error. Extended inning. Rusty Staub. 1A. Let's take a look at Rusty Staub's 1980 Texas Ranger card. It's 300. And, yeah. And then he goes to the Mets, back to the Mets, and it's 300 again. It's like 318 and 81. Rather wild. 1-8 homer, 1/14. It's going to be a double. That scores 1 run. Zisk, 8. No, he's not going to run off of Dwayne Murphy. 3-1, second and third, Kiko Garcia. 35, single dot, and the A Rangers are rolling here. Terry Bulling, 62, rolls back to the mound. Well, folks, I try and make this, all exciting and sentimental, but it's not looking that way early. So it's up to the A's to rally for their fans on Oakland A Fan Appreciation Day. Ricky Henderson, 67's a K. Dwayne Murphy, 211 center. Tony Harmless, 1-7 is a K. Top of the fourth. By the way, Steve McCaddy's a starter 9. You're not really going to get him out of the game. Wally Backman, 34, second. Mickey Rivers, 52. Pitcher. Larry Bittner, 2-8 short. That's not all he did. All right, bottom of the fourth. Cliff Johnson, 37 Ks. Wayne Gross, 57 Ks. And Gene Tennis, 42. Comebacker to the mound. Oh, boy. Top of the fifth. Buddy Bell, 57 is a K. Pat Putnam, 5'10", walks. Richie Zisk, 212, left A. Runner moves to second on a long fly ball. Rusty Staub grounds a second. Bottom of the fifth. In a 5-1 affair, let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
It's up to the A's to battle back. Oddly enough, this isn't the last game in Oakland. Maybe that's why the results are slightly skewed. Tony Phillips leads off. 1-9 is a walk. Beast Stealer, he'll stay there down 4 for Phil Garner. 35, Phil Garner, double 1-18, gets the double, and the A's have got something going here in the fifth. Second and third, no one out. It's Keith Drumright. 4-12, pitcher B. Runners will just stay where they're at. Back up top to Ricky Henderson. 1-6, same rolls in the first inning, triple 1-3, single dot. 2-run single, the A's are in this thing, 5-3. Do you steal Henderson down 2? Of course you do. And I roll a 20. Because that's just the way stealing goes in Strat. Yeah, AAA Steelers, escrow them, right? Yeah, whatever. Dwayne Murphy. 36 is a K. Well, it's 5-3. Can't hit that 1-17 stolen base chance. What are you going to do, right? It's only 85%, but it's hard to hit those. Okay, top of the sixth. It's Kiko Garcia Lorca. 46. Double 1 base hit. Terry Bulling, 6'10", short X. And shortstop is Phillips. He's a 4. And he makes an error. Oh, boy. 2 on for Wally Backman. 49 is a walk. And I'll bring it up for Mickey Rivers. 45 is not very good either. It's a base hit in the center field. Scoring a run, leaving them loaded. Nobody out still. Bittner in a 6-3 game. We're going to play back hits into a ton of double plays. 64, catcher's X, Tennis. Let's get a foul out here, Gene. 49. Pass ball will score an unearned run there. Actually, no, yeah. 2 outs now. Or 1 out now. Second and third, Buddy Bell. 2-8, it's a base hit in the right field. That'll score another run. Runners in the corners for Putnam, 53. Left X, that's Henderson. He makes the catch on a fly ball 7. And with 2 outs, it's Zisk. 66 is a liner to third. Well, now it's 8-3. You score 2, then you surrender 3 more. All right, A's, let's get something going here. Tony Armas in the bottom of the 6th. 1-8. Let's take a look at Tony Armas's card of 1980. 35 home runs. You know, 81 was the big year for the A's because they made the playoffs and everybody knew about them. But really, watching this team bloom in 1980 was a lot of fun as well. And 1980 was the year where it seemed like Langford and Keogh were left in to pitch 14-inning games. One was the Toronto-Oakland game of the week on a Saturday, and I think both pitchers went in the extra innings. I'll have to find that box score, bring it up if I can. Tony Armas 1-8 is gone. It is 8-4. Cliff Johnson 1-9 single 111 gets it. Here come your A's. Wayne Gross 64 short X. He's not any good. He is a 4. E44 at short. It's a base hit. Runners on the corners for Gene Tennis. 49 second X. He's not that great either. He's a 2E29. That's an error. Chasing the E rating 7. He's much worse than that. It's an error. Kind of a fluke error there. An error is an error. And that will score a run. Runners at first and second with no one out in an 8-5 game. And your tie run is Tony Phillips. As Oakland's battling back, folks. 69 flies left. Phil Garner. 44. You need a 54. Center X. Again, Texas does not have very good defense. And another base hit. Boy, I tell you. Somebody teach these teams how to field. Another run off of bad defense. And it's 8-6. Runners on the corners. Just one out. Garner has wheels. Garner's an ace stealer. He'll be held on. And it's Keith Drumright. 2-7 lines to first. And back up top to Ricky Henderson. He's 2 for 3 today. 2-9 is a grounder to short. Oakland battles back again. It's an 8-6 game in the 7th inning. Guy gets up 8 runs. He's a start of 9. He'll stay out there. I mean, what are you going to do? You going to bring in Bob Lacey? Well, you could bring in. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's go. Let's actually, yeah. We're going to hook McCaddy. I mean, we made 2 significant attempts to take him off the hook for a loss and fell short by a couple of runs. I can't keep doing that, leaving him in there when he continues to disappoint his hometown Oakland fans. So Easterly comes on in the 7th inning. Jamie Easterly. He didn't pitch for Oakland, actually. Jamie Easterly was a Brewer in 81, 3-3 with a 3.19 ERA. He's the setup guy. Lacey's the closer. And he will face Rusty Staub, leading off in the 7th. 1-4, grounds to second. Second baseman, Kiko Garcia, single 1-15, gets it. Terry Bulling will stick around catching, 63, first X. Wayne Gross is a 49 at first base, and that's a double. Oh boy. Neither of these teams are any good at defense. Batting for Wally Backman. This is going to be a double switch here. I think they're going to have Jim Sundberg bat because they want a good defensive catcher with Ricky Henderson potentially stealing bases. And Tavares will take over at short, and he'll pinch run for Terry Bulling, the catcher. So Bulling leaves the game at second base. Garcia stays at third base. So Frank Tavares is running at second, and Jim Sundberg steps into the box, and we're going to bring the infield up. And here's the pitch to Jim Sundberg. 34, lines second. And with 2 outs was Mickey Rivers. 2-7 is a pop to second base. Anything else? You could bring Jim Lentine in for defense for Larry Bittner. Let's do that. All right, that's all the Texas defense trying to protect an 8-6 lead, and with Fergie Jenkins on the mound. Stretch time in Oaktown. We are enjoying listening to the brilliant Shuggy Otis Inspiration Information Wings of Love double CD set here. The first is the old original record from the early 70s. The second one is a comp put together in the late 70s, early 80s with the assistance of the Talking Heads people, I believe. Helped produce that or rented their studio or something like that. Anyway, 8-6 game. Bottom of the 7th. Fergie giving up 6 runs. We could go to their bullpen. You got Dave Roberts and Bob Shirley. And the Texas bullpen with Bob Babcock and Steve Comer. Yeah. Or Fergie Jenkins. Let's leave Fergie in there. We don't want Fergie to take a loss. 2 base runners is all we'll allow before we bring in a hook. Dwayne Murphy leads off. 53, right X. It's Rusty Staub. He's a 4. He's 16 in right field. Chasing this one down. No. It's 2 base there on Rusty. God, this is some frightening defense. The Rangers are 4 and 11. So we kind of thought they were a patsy, but not so much as they have a lead. Runner at second, and here is Tony Armas. He homered last at bat. 1-7, just misses another one and strikes out. Cliff Johnson, 39, grounds to short, and with 2 outs, it's Wayne Gross. 2 7's a walk. The tying run's aboard for Gene Tennis. Let's take a look at this Gene Tennis card. When you first look at it, you're like, wow, this guy's awesome, right? What a cool card. And you look and he's hitting 222. That's what the walks do, folks. Gene Tennis walked 92 times with 316 at-bats in 1980. And it actually wouldn't even be the biggest ratio of walks in his career. I think when he was with St. Louis, he had a card that was even better than that. Though Strat-O-Matic did not reward him with as many walks. Yeah, anyway, Gene Tennis, 2 on, 2 outs in an 8-6 game. Here's the pitch. 1-9 Tennis, 1-1 fly to center. No, he didn't get the game tying triple on 1-1 fly to center field. That's why he hit 222. Okay, 7 innings in the books. We go to the 8th. You have Bittner left the game, so Lentine leads off. It's righty, lefty. Yeah, we'll go to Jeff Jones. Comes on in the 8th inning. This is a really weird stat. Jeff Jones was the Oakland closer in 1980, along with Bob Lacey. Jeff Jones threw 44 innings. That's it. 44 innings. Because of all those complete games by Oakland pitchers. Bob Lacey, it was a 2-man bullpen. Bob Lacey threw 80 innings. That's it. Those 2 guys and nobody else. I mean, they used like 8 pitchers all year. It was ridiculous. Something like that. Anyway, Jeff Jones in the 8th. And it'll be Jim Lentine for the Rangers. 46 is a K. Buddy Bell. 1-8, grounds to third. And with 2 outs, it's Pat Putnam. 68, single 1 to 17, gets it. And Richie Zisk. 411, center X. That's Dwayne Murphy. You can forget about that one. Makes a grab. Again, no more defense for the Rangers to bring in. Fergie Jenkins has gone 7. You know, it's not a remarkable. Let's get him out of there. I mean, he's given up 6 runs for Pete's sakes. He's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get him out of there. Their lefty setup guy is Bob Shirley. Shirley, you're kidding me, right? No, we're not. Bob Shirley will be the setup guy. Let's take a look at him. Bob was on the Reds in 82. Was really a starter relief. The Rangers have moved him to the bullpen because he's so good against lefties. 153 innings for Cincinnati. You usually find, believe it or not, in this carryover league format, more starting pitchers moving to the bullpen because there's a lot more starting pitchers who are pretty good versus some relievers who just really aren't. That's probably the opposite of present-day baseball, where there's great relief pitching all over the place, it would seem, because teams have to carry, 6, 7, 8 relievers nowadays. But anyway, Bob Shirley will come on in the 8th to face the bottom of the Oakland lineup, and some pinch hitters are coming up. Batting for Tony Phillips. We're going to go Danny Ainge. No, really, we are. Danny Ainge is going to pinch hit. The general manager of the Boston Celtics, Danny Ainge. Let's take a look at Danny's card. 1981, he was a Toronto Blue Jay. He hit $1.87. He hit 187 for the Blue Jays, and then he started to work on his free throws. And I think by 1984, he probably was at 84, 85 when Boston beat Houston in the championship. I forget. Anyway, all sorts of sports trivia tonight, folks. My goodness. Anyway, bottom of the 8th. Here it is, the pitch to Danny Ainge. 2 8-inning singles. Beast Steeler, you got to hold him on. He's quick. I mean, it's just like layup drill here. He's at first base. He's like, whatever. I wonder if John Stockton would have been a good base runner in baseball. Probably, don't you think? Good base stealer. Yeah, he probably would have been. Anyway, Phil Garner is the batter. Shirley will pitch through to Keith to get Keith Drumright and possibly Dwayne Murphy, who are both lefties. That's his purpose, at least. So he'll pitch to Phil Garner here, with a runner being held at first. Here's the pitch. 1-4, Phil Garner. That is a 6-4-3 double play for Phil Garner, and that is just a killer. A soul-crushing moment for the A's as Phil Garner gets into a double play. Batting for Keith Drumright will be Gary Allenson. Let's look at Gary's card. He has a nice year in 81, hitting .223, but a lot of walks and homers. And they're kind of split on both sides of the card, lefties and righties. And here's the pitch to Gary Allenson. 39 is single 1 to 17, gets it. And we're back up top with the tie run, Ricky Henderson. Now, do you want to leave? Well, yeah, we'll do that. We'll let him pitch to Henderson since you had the double play. Here's the pitch to Ricky. 38 is ball 4, and here's the battle they wanted. Bob Shirley versus Dwayne Murphy. Let's take a look at the Dwayne Murphy card of 1982. Power. He didn't start off with a lot of power in the late 70s. He came up the year before Henderson came up in 78. Was mostly a base stealer and a great defensive center fielder. Then suddenly the power came out of nowhere. He had 27, then 33 home runs in 82, 83, 84. Dwayne Murphy, brilliant card, brilliant defensive center fielder. 2 on, 2 out. Lefty-lefty action here. Murphy doesn't mind the lefty. Here's the pitch to Dwayne. 64. 1-4's 3-run homer. 64 is catcher's X, and it's Jim Sundberg. You can forget about that. He's a 1-1. You're probably not even going to get a pass ball in this. Yeah, see that? That's a killer. Not even a pass ball. Nope, no siree. That ends another inning. It is 8-6. Now we got to get some players here. We took out a shortstop and a second baseman. Garner can take over at Danny Ainge can play third base. How about that? Phil Garner can play second base. I need a shortstop. That'll be Tim Foley. And Tim Foley will play short, and he'll come in for either my choice of Cliff Johnson or Gary Allenson. It'll be for Gary Allenson. How about that? There you go. All right. 9th inning. Staub. Yeah, we're going to go back to another lefty. Bob Lacey. Take a look at Bob. He is the Oaktown closer. Oh, Bob Lacey was... The numbers are good. 3-2 with a 2.93 ERA in 80 innings in 1980. He and Jeff Jones were really the only effective relievers they had. Dave Hamilton, you remember Dave. He pitched for the Oakland in the early 70s, got a World Series ring. He had an 1140 earned run average in 1980 for the Oakland A's, and Strat-O-Matic printed his card for whatever reason. Anyway, here we go. 9th inning. Rusty Staub leads off for the Rangers. 33, pops a second. Kiko Garcia Lorca, 2-8, grounds a short. And Frank Tavares, who pinch ran last inning, 67, double 1 at 10 is a 2-base hit. Speed at second. As we go back up top to Jim Sundberg. 68, oh boy, triple 1 double. That is a double, it's now a 9-6 game. And Mickey Rivers. 55, short X. This is Tim Foley. He's a 2, E19. And he makes the play. All right. Bottom of the 9th, 3-run lead. We're going to go right to, without further ado, the Texas closer. Who else but Bob Babcock? Of course, Bob Babcock, folks. 1981. 1-1 with a 2.17 ERA in 29 innings. He is Texas's closer. Texas. He is Texas apostrophe. Something like that. Texas closer is Bob Babcock. Because there's nobody better right now. Danny Darwin used to be in the bullpen. He's now in the rotation. So Bob Babcock closes out games. 9-6 lead. All defense in. Armas. You got Armas, Johnson, Gross, Tennis, Danny Ainge. In the bottom of the 9th. Here's the pitch to Tony Armas. 46, single on a 1. And he cannot convert. 1 out. Cliff Johnson. 2 4 grounds to short, and with 2 outs. Don't fall out, fans. Got to stay and root the team to their final out. Wayne Gross. 69, short X. Tavares, defensive replacement. 3E31. 3E31, and he kicks the ground ball. Hold on. Hold on there, folks. Gross reaches, and now it's Gene Tennis. Give me a walk so that Danny Ainge could be hit a 3-run homer to tie the game. Gene Tennis. 62. Second X. This is Kiko Garcia Lorca. He's a 2E29 at second base. And it's a ground ball B. Tough break there. That's your ball game. And, yeah. Funny part about it is 3-2 multiplied by 3 is 9-6, right? 3 times 3, 2 times 3, 9-6. Did you get that? So, yeah, there's some symmetry there. Wrong team won, though. We'll do the box. And, yeah, we'll do that. Lacey gave up 2 hits a run in the 9th. Jeff Jones gave a hit and a K. Easterly, 2 hits, stranded him. Tough day to be Steve McCaddy. He was really the culprit here. 9 hits and 8 runs allowed. Ouch. Errors in there, too. Another error and a pass ball. Jeez, is any of this earned? 1, 2, 3. No, 3. 3. Oh, my goodness. 5 unearned runs. My goodness. 4 walks and 2 strikeouts. Babcock. Write it down, folks. Texas closer gets the save. Bob Shirley sets it up with 2 singles, a walk, and a double play. That's brilliant. Got the job done, I guess. Fergie Jenkins gets the win, 7 innings, 9 hits and 6 runs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 are earned. 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. These teams struggle with defense. 1-0. 1-9, 0-1, 0-9, 9-14, 6-11, 4-3-3-6, 3-6-4-3. There's that. Take a look at some stats before we take a pause. So Oakland's only lost their 5th game all year, and Texas just won their 5th game all year. Still a chasm of distance in the standings between the 2 teams. Did you like that? Chasm. All right, Oakland. The Oaktown A's are now 9-5. Early start to the year, hitting 273, 411 earned run average. Just 14 games, but Tony Armas has 6 dingers already. Way to go, Tony. Tom Underwood's 2-0 for Oakland. The Rangers, they're really struggling. They're 5-11, hitting 282, but they got a 532 earned run average. Fergie just evened his record to 2-2, and oh yeah, Bob Babcock, he's got 4 saves. He has saved 4 of the 5 Ranger wins. So we'll give you the results of the rest of this series. Game 2 in the Coliseum, it'll be Matt Keogh for the A's. He'll be hosting John Matlack. Remember, former Met is now a Ranger in Game 2. Then when the series goes to Texas, it'll be Tom Underwood for Oakland, Danny Darwin, Rick Langford for Oakland, Doc Medich for the Rangers. And then if we go to Game 5, we'll bring these guys back. McCaddy and Fergie Jenkins will come back for Game 5. So stay tuned. We'll give you that result shortly. All right, folks, here's the box score. Game 1 you saw. The Rangers beating the A's 9-6 in the Coliseum. Not a good day for McCaddy. 6 innings, 9 hits, 8 runs, only 3 earned. Fergie Jenkins gets the win. So what happens in Game 2? Do the A's put up a fight here? You would think, of course. And in Game 2, they certainly do. John Matlack versus Matt Keogh. We get a solo homer from Buddy Bell. We get a double and then an RBI single by Danny Ainge again. My goodness, 1-1. Pitchers duel all the way into the 8th inning. A leadoff double by Wayne Gross, a single by Tony Armas, and Gene Tennis. 3-run dinger. That'll do it. That'll be it. It's over. 4-1 is your final. Keogh, 8 innings with a win. Bob Lacey, a scoreless 9th for a save. They don't get a lot of saves in Oakland. Matlack, 7 innings, 10 hits, 4 runs. All tied up a game apiece. Then we go to the Texas Flood. In Texas, Game 3, Tom Underwood, Danny Darwin. And this is a nice, tight game here. Bottom of the 2nd inning, a 2-run double by Kiko Garcia Lorca, 2-zip. The A's have a nice 3rd inning. Walk, single, sac fly, 3-2. Game-tying homer by Jim Lentine makes it 3-3. The A's get a solo homer by Gene Tennis in the 8th. 4-3 visitors. But unfortunately, that Oakland bullpen, yeah. Jeff Lacey, Jeff Jones, Bob Lacey, doesn't matter. Out, but you get double, single, walk. Walk-off, 2-run single by Terry Bulling. And the Rangers win 5-4. Rangers, A's, Rangers. If Oakland can win in Texas in Game 4, it's the perfect matchup. Each team winning home and away. Here's Game 4, and it happens by the 9-6 score that the Rangers beat the A's by in Game 1. Oakland serves their best medicine to tie the series. They get a 9-6 road win. A lot of offense in this. Too much to go through right now. Doc Medich, 6 innings, got a loss for the Rangers. Langford only went 6 innings, 8 hits. Long reliever Dave Beard went 3 innings for the A's and held on to get the 9-6 win, trying somebody different to close out games. This all meant Game 5 back in Oakland, a rematch of Fergie Jenkins, Matt Keogh, and the tables, boy, have they turned. Here it is. Fergie Jenkins gets knocked around. 2-run homer, Tony Armas. You get a 2-run triple by Tim Foley. You get a solo homer by Cliff Johnson. RBI single, Tim Foley. 3-run dinger by Gary Allenson. And Steve McCaddy, 20 up and down. One of the longest perfectos. Not the longest, but one of the longest attempts, 20. Then a walk to Larry Bittner. A double by Buddy Bell. Shutout is preserved all the way until the 9th. When after 2 outs, Buddy Bell gets an RBI single to ruin the shutout as well. McCaddy gets a complete game. 2 hits, a run, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts. A 9-1 9-1 win for your Oaktown A's playing at home. There you go. These things are just for display purposes only, folks. This is what matters. So the A's win Game 5, breaking the string of Texas, Oakland, Texas, Oakland. Oakland wins 2 in a row. So what's it mean? Here we go. It means the A's are 12-6, tied with the California Angels. Boy, these Angels, they are hard to eliminate. They've been to the LCS several years now, playing some of the best baseball in the American League. And, yeah. Break up your Oakland A's. They do prevail after losing the game you saw. They won 3 out of the next 4, win the series 3-2. Thanks for checking out the game of the week. We'll see you next time.